Hi, I'm Tom Werkman from Werkman Outfitters, and if you've been following me through the past few videos, I've been doing a fly tying series for the beginner fly tyer because I'm a beginner fly tyer. Like I said, I've been fly fishing for over 10 years, and I've been learning to tie simple flies, and I've been following Alvin Dedeaux because he knows and has been showing simple guide flies. So today, I want to tie the Clouser Minnow. Now this is his version of that, and I've added a little bit of my version to it. So, hey, stay tuned and watch how simple this fly can be to tie. Okay, seriously, this fly is super simple to tie. So it's gonna take about 4 pieces of material. So we've got our lead eyes, bucktail in yellow, because if I'm tying in yellow, you gotta have yellow thread and 6/0. Some flash, and some B10S size 2 hooks. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to start with wrapping our thread around the hook shank. And I like to go, when doing this version of the Clouser, probably about just halfway. Trim the tag end and then just finish it up. I like to cover that hook shank and even build a little bit of a mound of thread, kind of, maybe 1/3 of the way down the hook shank, half the way, so that those eyes can just rest right on there. And I like to grab some of my eyes, or a eye, and then when I tie it, I put the eye parallel to the hook shank, and then I give it a couple wraps around, and then I pull it, and then I go around the eyes. Yes, and sometimes they can slip a little bit. So I'm kind of just going around the eyes like this. And then I like to twist underneath the eyes a few times, come up, do some figure 8s. Make sure you're going under the hook shank with that. Coming around. Go around and under the eyes again, and then I like to lock that in as such. Then walk back down the hook shank a little bit more. Come back up. And I stop right behind the eyes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of a flash to it, and usually I like to take about 4 or 5 strands of flash. You don't need too much of it, in my opinion, and just cut that there, and I've got 3 or 4 strands right there. Like to go about halfway up the hook shank, so it's looking like that, and I like to lay them on top of the eyes, but then I'm going to wrap the thread around a couple times to lock in that flash, and I'm keeping it tight to the eyes. And I pull the other side down, come back up, and you can see now what I have is I have that flash just hanging back there. So then I'm going to come back over the eyes, and now I'm going to put in my bucktail, and I'm going to get probably a pencil size version of bucktail, maybe a little bit bigger here. So it's about that big. and I'm gonna rotate my vise over so you can see now the hook shank is upside down. And I'm gonna take that and just hold it right about there, so you got the eye of the hook here, and a little bit back is the bucktail, and I'm just gonna go loosely around a few times. And as I go around and I go down to the eye of the hook, I'm pulling tighter. And I'm locking in that material. And I'm pulling tighter. And I'm going back up. You don't want to pull too tight because you'll break the thread. And I'm just winding that and locking that in. Then when I get that locked in, I'm gonna come around. So right now I got this big mess coming up here. And I like to come around the back of the eye here and then wrap around just the back of the eyes a few times. Because that helps hold that bucktail in place. I'm gonna go back to the front of the eyes. Bring it back over. I got some little bit of material that's there, and I'm just gonna wrap all this in a number of times here. And that's pretty much about it. I'm gonna take my whip finisher. I'm gonna finish this. Like I said, I'm new to fly tying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more, just to make it good. 1, 2, trim that off. Just trim these a little bit here. There. And there you have it, my version of the Clouser Minnow. Hey, if you liked what you saw, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. But if you're new to fly tying and you want to follow my adventures in fly tying, hey, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.